You know that cup of coffee you drink every single day? Well, what if I told you it could be doing one of two things? Either it's quietly protecting your health, or it's silently pushing you towards some serious blood sugar problems. And the difference between those two outcomes? It's all in the details. And no, this isn't just some scare tactic. For millions of people, especially if you're over 60, this is a very real possibility happening every morning. And most folks don't even know it. We're talking about something that affects your energy, your mental clarity, and your health for years to come. So let's get one thing straight right away. Coffee itself is not the bad guy here. In fact, it's packed with some amazing stuff. The real problem, the thing we need to fix, is our habits around it. When we drink it, what we add to it, and how we fit it into our day.
Okay, before we dive into the coffee habits, we have to talk about why this is so important for anyone over the age of 60. And hey, this isn't because of anything you've done wrong, it's just biology. As we get older, our body's entire system for managing sugar, well, it changes. Here's what's happening. First, we all naturally start to lose a bit of muscle mass. Think of your muscles as storage tanks for sugar. So fewer muscles means you have less space to park all that glucose. And second, the little cells in your pancreas that make insulin, they just get a little tired. They don't work as efficiently as they used to. It's kind of a double whammy that makes it way easier for blood sugar to creep up.
And the result of that shift is pretty staggering. A full 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 already has some form of diabetes. This is not some fringe issue. It's one of the biggest health challenges out there for seniors. But here's the number that's even more alarming. Half, 50% of all seniors have prediabetes. Their blood sugar is already in the danger zone, but not quite high enough for a full diagnosis. And the scariest part, most of them have absolutely no idea. You might just feel a little more tired, a little foggy, but underneath the surface, the damage is slowly being done.
So now that we know what's at stake, let's bring it back to that cup of coffee. How can this seemingly harmless daily ritual actually be pouring fuel on the fire? We're going to break down the 3 most common mistakes almost everyone makes every single day.
To really understand this, let me tell you about a guy named Walter. He was 74, doing all the right things, walking every day, watching his carbs. He thought he was crushing it. But his fasting blood sugar was stuck, and his doctor was about to put him on more medication. Walter's story is the perfect example of how these hidden coffee mistakes can completely sabotage your best efforts. So, what was Walter doing wrong? Well, it turns out he was making 3 classic mistakes. Number 1, drinking his coffee the second his feet hit the floor in the morning. Number 2, the stuff he was putting in it. And number 3, that late afternoon pick-me-up cup. Let's dig into each one. All right, mistake number 1 is huge. Every morning, your body has this natural alarm clock called the dawn phenomenon. Your stress hormone, cortisol, goes up to help you wake up, and that tells your liver to release some sugar for energy. That's totally normal. But when you chug a cup of coffee on an empty stomach right in the middle of that, you're essentially shouting at your liver to release even more glucose. You haven't eaten a single bite of food, and you're already starting your day with a big blood sugar spike. Now, mistake number 2, all the sweet stuff we add. A little sugar seems innocent, right? Wrong. It's a direct shot of glucose that just wipes out any of coffee's potential benefits. But what about those zero-calorie sweeteners? Well, a lot of research is showing that things like sucralose can actually mess with the good bacteria in your gut, and that can mess up how your body handles sugar down the line. If you just have to have some sweetness, a little bit of pure stevia seems to be the way to go. And mistake number 3 is all about that clock on the wall. See, Walter thought his 3 p.m. coffee wasn't affecting his sleep. But as we get older, our bodies get much slower at processing caffeine. Its half-life can stretch out to 8, even 9 hours. That means your 3 p.m. coffee is still buzzing around in your system when you're trying to get to sleep at midnight. And why does that matter? Because even just one single night of bad sleep can make your body much more resistant to insulin the very next day. Okay, that was a lot of bad news. Let's flip the script. Because this is the exciting part. Coffee itself is loaded with these incredible compounds that can be your secret weapon for metabolic health. And guess what? It has almost nothing to do with the caffeine. First up, we have something called chlorogenic acid. The easiest way to think about this is like a traffic cop in your gut. When you eat, it stands there and slows down how quickly sugar from your food can get into your bloodstream. It just makes everything a little more manageable for your body. And its partner in crime is a compound called trigonelline. This one is like the liver's little helper. It taps the liver on the shoulder and says, hey, let's grab that extra sugar floating around in the blood and store it away safely. These two working together, that's where the real magic of coffee happens. So the big question is, how do we get these amazing compounds to work for us instead of against us? Well, it all comes down to a simple new plan, a coffee blueprint built around 3 golden windows of time, designed to sync up perfectly with your body's natural rhythms. So here they are, the 3 golden windows. First, we're going to delay that morning cup. Second, we're going to use coffee as a little prep work before our biggest meal of the day. And third, we're going to drink it right after exercise to really capitalize on what our muscles need. All right, so window 1, this is so simple. When you wake up, the first thing you drink is a big glass of water, not coffee. Then you wait about 45 to 90 minutes. Before your coffee, have a little something with protein, a hard-boiled egg, a handful of nuts, whatever. That helps cushion that cortisol spike. Then you can have your plain black coffee. And hey, if you want a little bonus, add a 1/4 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. It's actually been shown to help with fasting glucose. The other 2 windows are just as smart. Having your coffee about 20 minutes before a meal gives that traffic cop, the chlorogenic acid, time to get to work. And having it right after a workout helps your muscles, which are screaming for energy, to just soak up all that extra glucose from your blood. It's all about creating the perfect environment for your body to handle sugar. Now, I know this all sounds good on paper, but you're probably wondering, does this stuff actually work in the real world? Let's talk proof. Because this isn't about some crazy diet. It's about making tiny strategic tweaks to a habit you already have. I want you to meet Margaret. She's 69 and she was terrified she was going to end up with diabetes like her husband. She made just a few of these simple changes to her coffee routine. That's it. In just 12 weeks, her fasting glucose dropped from a pre-diabetic 118 all the way down to a healthy 98. She said she feels like she got 10 years of her life back. No new drugs, just smarter habits. Okay, let's boil this whole thing down. It's pretty simple. We want to stop drinking coffee the second we wake up, stop adding sugar and weird sweeteners, and stop drinking it late in the afternoon. Instead, we wait a bit in the morning, have some water and protein first. We drink it plain or with a little cinnamon or stevia, and we time it around our meals or workouts. It's a simple swap with a massive, massive payoff. And that really brings us to the final, most important question. This isn't about finding the willpower to start some brand new, difficult routine. This is about taking a ritual you already enjoy every single day and just making it smarter. The power was never in the coffee itself. It's always been in how you use it. So, could these small shifts be the key you've been searching for to unlock your best health?